Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and today it's going to be a match between NextGen and Dorito Life here on Port Aleksander, the latter edition, except Dorito Life is actually Ketroc. Bottom right-hand corner is the Masters player, the blue Terran player, Ketroc, and in the top left-hand corner is his enemy, the blue, also known as the red Protoss player, NextGen. I don't know why that happens, you guys. I just, for some reason, when I do colors, sometimes my brain is like, hey, why don't you say that's blue? Even though we just had a blue player and clearly there can't be two on the same map, which whatever, man. My brain doesn't take that into account. It doesn't make any sense. I have no answer for it. I'm going to roll with it as it is so you can see that I mess up. I mess up more than you think I do sometimes. All right, man. So probe coming in for the scout. SCV going out for the scout too. They're going to meet here and kiss. Oh, they dodged it. They're not interested in any affection whatsoever. And check this action out. No barracks here from Ketroc whatsoever. He usually tries to get away with at least a barracks into a very, very quick command center that is a planetary fortress and is natural. But so far, oh, holy crap, dude, what is going on? What? No, you're supposed to go mass Raven. What is happening here today with you, Ketroc? He's throwing up a proxy command center first, way over here on NextGen's side of the map. The probe's like, what is going on? Are you going to throw down another one? Oh, he's acting like he wants to throw down another one. He doesn't have the resources for it, though. And now NextGen's like, yeah, I successfully stopped him from throwing down a command center here. This is some interesting mind games that Ketroc is trying to play here. I like it. Another probe's like, I've successfully stopped you. I forced you to get a barracks instead of a command center like you wanted to. And he's not going to go looking for anything else. That's genius. Okay, getting your probe surrounded and killed, not that great. A lot of lost mining time there from Ketroc as well, but that's okay. That's just fine. Refinery up, which again is scouted by that probe. He knows what's going on, and this thing is almost done. Are we engineering bay? Maybe? Are we just like gonna float this over and throw down a planetary fortress inside the Protoss's base and see what happens? Hard to do, man. There's already a zealot out. We're already getting another zealot out here from NextGen. He kind of suspects shenanigans, right? If you're at the master's level and you see this kind of play, where the barracks is late as far as you can tell. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, hold on. Is he... Oh, he sees it. All right, man. So Zealot does see it. You can stop this from landing, you know. If you get under it and kind of follow it around, you can stop it from landing. But instead, NextGen's like, floating command center. What? Don't worry about it. Dude, just land right here. All right, man. This is where he's putting it. And that's where we're throwing up an engineering bay here, too. What is going on? Is he going to upgrade this to a PF? He's not really doing it at this point. He does have the engineering bay, and there it is. It got started. There's your PF upgrade. The engineering bay is providing a decent block so nobody can get out, but guess what? Zealots are on their way across the map, and there's the wall. So you're going to need to wall here. Maybe toss up a cyclone, something that builds fast, because those zealots are going to tear through that wall pretty darn effectively. Planetary fortress still coming up. Stalkers trying to get it down from as far away as they can. Ugh. This is not good whatsoever. You're making... Yes, it is going to be a cyclone. Here come the SCVs to finish the build and repair. And it does finish, and there's the repair. It takes 4 SCVs to out-repair the damage by those 2 zealots. But they can do it. Planetary Fortress now done, and now the Stalkers had better run. Reminds me of the moment in Happy Gilmore where he's in like 1st or 2nd grade and the kids are playing dodgeball. And one of them throws it at him and he catches it. He's like, oh, now you're all in big trouble. And he just crushes them with the dodgeball. It's pretty amazing stuff. The Zealots need to get out of here. They should not die. I mean, one dies, sure. I guess that's better than both, but still, neither of those guys should have died. They should have gotten out there when they were first being attacked. We're going for the mag field accelerator right now, which is really, I mean, that's pretty fantastic stuff. Doubles the damage done by lock-on to armored units from 400 to 800. That's a lot of Stalker. So here's the repair, right? He's trying to just like artificially blink Stalker this to where he moves the wounded Stalkers away. The repair is good with 2 SCVs, but I'm not sure it's actually enough to win this. That said, these Stalkers are all getting fairly bruised and getting picked off and forced to run and regen their shields while the repair happens. Cyclone shows up just to cause more problems. Barracks scouting here too. We're just going mass Stalker from NextGen right now, and he's stuck on 1 base. There's your lock-on. Bam! Stalker dead. Mag field isn't even done yet. Not even done at this stage. Setting up Planetary Fortress again. Are we ready to go? Stalkers moving on in, and there's the repair, and there's the lock-on. and chasing the Stalkers away. All it takes is one planetary fortress and a Cyclone to chase away a huge number of Stalkers, apparently. So one base in it, an Immortal would be really great right now. Be fantastic. Or, you know, maybe, what I'm trying to think of, Phoenix would be pretty fantastic too. Come on over, lift the Cyclones, kill them, lift the SCVs, kill them, and then killing the planetary fortress is child's play. But apparently we're just going to go robotics facility. Meanwhile, expanding back home is Mr. Ketroc, known as Dorito Life at this point in the game. I'm not sure why he's not his traditional barcode, but maybe he upgraded a little bit. Now here comes Zealot, and look at the lock-on and Stalker. Man alive, the lock-on, Zealot gone. Thanks for playing. It doesn't get that bonus damage versus non-armored units, which Zealots are not, but really good against Stalkers, as we saw there. Planetary Fortress only has 1 kill, but it's done a ton of damage to this army of NextGens. No question about it. Alright, so more Cyclones on the way here. This is not standard Ketroc play. This is not standard at all, but he's just going mass Cyclone with a Planetary Fortress set up at the natural base. Honestly, man, if you just got up a Warp Prism and wandered on over and dropped your army inside this base, you'd win. Right? Your problem's the Planetary Fortress. You can deal with everything else, but trying to go out traditionally out your front door is just not going to work out for you at all. Look at this lock-on versus this gateway. 4 Cyclones easily can take this thing down. Look how fast it dies. Bam! Warp gate toast. And we're just going to kind of walk on up here and get out. Oh, the force field almost catches one of those, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. Man, this is good. This is some really fast action, which is kind of weird for Ketroc, right? Ketroc usually likes to go for multiple bases, get the Ravens up, defend, but this is an aggressive new style from him, and I kind of like it. Kind of like it a lot. Okay, so there's the shuttle, and we're shuttling everybody down. And just gonna, you know what? Fine. You set up here. Enjoy what you can. We're going to move across the map and kill all your stuff, which is what I wanted him to do, so I can't complain too much. Now, there is a planetary fortress here, which he has struggled to deal with, like, recently. Like, now. He still struggles to deal with this one, so I can't imagine he'll easily take down this one in the natural base either. Do we have high-sec auto-tracking? That'd be a good upgrade, but no. Not worrying about that range upgrade at all. Additional Cyclones on the way. They do need tech labs to create, which means you can't double pump them, which means they're good, but you can't make a whole lot of them really, really fast. Ooh, 3 Cyclones, though. They're also pretty darn flimsy, as it turns out. All right, so suddenly the army is here. Are you just walking past? This is what I'm talking about. Lift! Lift it! Oh, Ketroc, no, he didn't lift the supply depot. Oh, man. All right, so these guys are having a field day inside the main base of Ketroc. Just going to wreck everything. Goodbye, all of the things. All the SCVs are going to die. This group died at the Planetary Fortress because, for some reason, that needed to happen. All right, so the Cyclones show up. They throw down lockdown, or, yep. Warp Prism ends up getting killed there. Stalker's getting surrounded by SCVs and killed. There is a normal attack that Cyclones have that is still pretty good against armored stuff, which is what Stalkers are. The force fielding him out of his own main base is so brutal. Lock on. All right, man, you're going to have to lock on each one of these Stalkers individually. Maybe the sentries. Can you lock on the sentries? Trying to get one of them. One of them would mean that you don't have eternal force fields. It doesn't matter. Everybody else comes in, uses their kiting ability. Bam, bam. Everybody's trying to recall out, but so many units die before they can. And NextGen goes on back home. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go for the base race there. That Ketroc didn't try to go up this ramp with the Cyclones that he had and just win that way, but it's all good. We're still 2 base to 1 base, which is totally fine. It's 26 to 19 workers in favor of the Protoss, but he's oversaturated on his main for sure. And now we have Immortals. We have 2 Duck Immortals here. SCVs actually can't repair because they got force fielded away, and the PF is dead. And now, suddenly, I kind of feel like Ketroc's in a lot of trouble here. Army supply is definitely favoring the Protoss. But there's your lock-on on the Immortals, which they can't fire. That lock-on ability is so dang far. So incredibly far. Just mass Cyclone. It's so good against this Stalker Immortal composition, forcing NextGen back into his base. My golly, missile turrets are being placed up in random spots to make sure that Warp Prisms can't get out easily, at least ever again. Is he going ahead and SCVing up again? He is. Still making more and more SCVs. NextGen's going to start getting mined out of his main really soon. He's losing patches quickly. He's down to 15 on that one. Down to 600 on that one. So some of these kind of are wildly different. But basically, he's down to 4 mineral patches. He has 20 workers, which is too many for the remaining ones. The Cyclone's actually deciding to head on back home. Are you just going to let NextGen have his natural? I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know if that's something you really really want to do or should do. But alright. I mean, it looks like it's clear for NextGen if he wants to go ahead and throw it down. He is sending a probe down here. Maybe some to long distance mine, maybe some to go ahead and throw down that Nexus is the natural base. Either way, we'll know very, very shortly. And it is. It's going to be a Nexus and the long distance mining. So 26 to 22 workers, but Dorito Life here. But Ketroc here is definitely working on better income. He doesn't have mules, though, and that actually makes a big difference. But no, he has mules here. He has one mule, but not two, and that makes a difference. Third command center on the way here from Dorito Life, and I really feel like NextGen needs to push out. He needs to push out. He needs to wipe out these Cyclones. He needs to kill the space. He needs to win the game. It's just mass Cyclone here from Ketroc. If it's not Ravens, it's weird stuff, man. It's weird stuff anyway, even if that's not what we're looking at. So, the lasers mean they have the additional lock-on damage. 800 damage over the course of the lock-on ability, which is enough to wipe out a Stalker for sure. Enough to wipe out an Immortal for sure. 2 of these can take down a Nexus. 2 of these can kill a Nexus, which is just bonkers. 2 of these can kill a Planetary Fortress too, if they're left alone long enough, and the entire cycle of lock-on can complete. It's crazy. The high ground does belong to NextGen here, which means coming up the ramp is real, real scary. But if he had high ground himself, if he had scan available or like a Raven, or even just a medevac flying on over, he could do some good stuff. Come to the bottom of the ramp, lock on these Stalkers, pull away, kill them, come back around, repeat the cycle. But right now, he's just... I think he's happy keeping NextGen on 2 bases right now, which I'm not sure is something you want to be happy with necessarily. Stargate on the way here from NextGen. Phoenix flying in. Hallucinated Phoenix going to scout things out. Not real Phoenix, which is what I wanted him to do earlier, but that's okay. He does have a Stargate in production, which should make up for all of that that previous stuff that didn't happen. Yeah, Hallucinated Phoenix getting killed by a lock-on. Not pretty flimsy, as it turns out. So 2 Stargates now, definitely making up for the lack of air units. Here is NextGen. And here comes our Cyclone play. You guys ready to go? You guys ready to rock? You guys ready to wipe out this Protoss army, this Stalker Immortal setup? Probably, I suppose, is the right answer. So there's your third base. NextGen is just not interested in moving out. He's just happy that he has 2 bases. He doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to leave home and then suddenly 5 Cyclones show up and his base is gone after he put all that work into it. Oh, Fleet Beacon. All right. Is Carrier the answer here? I don't know. Lock-on is enough to kill a Carrier with 1 lock-on as well. So, is it actually enough? Do they have more than 800 HP? We'll have to find out. Tempest would be interesting, but it is going to be Carrier. The Fleet Beacon usually means Carrier in this type of a scenario. Hallucinate Phoenix does end up scouting out the 3rd base, seeing that it's on the way. Observer their 2 Stalker trying to take down this missile turret that has been up, but the Cyclones take special exception to that and might get the missile turret, but you're also going to die. Yeah, it's on fire. The guy in there is on fire, you guys. Look at him. Look at him in there just burning. He's got to be a robot, right? He's got to be an android. There's no way a dude would sit in there while his thing's on fire, burning him alive, and then it explodes. He'd evacuate. I think we have that mystery solved at this point. War Prism up here for NextGen. He is in a position where he can get down here and maybe set up some Stalkers back out of range of the Planetary Fortress and kind of deal with some of these SCVs. Harass them at the very least. We'll see if that's going to happen. We are working on Corvid Reactor. We're moving into Raven. This is more of the Ketroc that we know. That's the one. Corvid Reactor getting Drilling Claws 2, mixing in a ton of Widow Mines. Widow Mine. Cyclone Carrier has exactly not enough HP to survive an 800 lock-on. That's for sure. The math checks out. Yeah, I was going to say, if 2 of them can kill a command center, then 1 should be able to kill a carrier, no problem. Assuming, again, you have enough time to do that, because Cyclones are a little bit flimsy. They need to be running away and kiting while they're throwing down lock-on, otherwise they die. And carriers can chase you pretty well. So it's difficult to get a full lock-on win against a carrier, but I think we're going to see Ketroc attempt it at some point here. The problem is you can't be behind 3 bases to 2 NextGen. You're 14 minutes in. I know it was a crazy start to this game. I know you're probably worried about expanding and bad things happening. I know you want a big, scary Protoss death ball to use to wipe out your opponent, but But I really think you need to be more aggressive than this. Widow Mines coming across the map, just setting up in random burrowed positions. They do have drilling claws, which means they're perma-cloaked even after they fire, back like they were in Heart of the Swarm. And is this one going to trigger one? Hallucinated Phoenix? Actually, yes, but then dodging out of the way. That's pretty good control by NextGen. Not too shabby. So checking for additional bases here. The Cyclone count is not really increasing all that much. He has 12. He's working on Ravens now. Maybe for anti-armor missile. But yeah, here we go. There is the lock-on. Oh, let's try to be used against one of those carriers. Carrier down with the lock-on, but a ton of the Cyclones are dying here too. They're just so flimsy. They can't stand against the carrier interceptor play here. It is suddenly 82-49 army supply. NextGen is way ahead in army supply right now. Stalker's getting killed. They try to chase after the Cyclones. You can't do that. You can't chase the Cyclones. Bad things will happen to you. But yeah, NextGen sneaking on in, man. Getting rid of Widow Mines, kind of slowing them down just a little bit. Ravens are here, though. Auto turrets maybe are what you need right now. Anti-armor missile definitely would be useful in the upcoming battles. Widow Mine does end up firing there before they can take it down. And coming in to get rid of this third base, it's a pretty good target to try to take down if you're Dorito, if you're NextGen right now. But Planetary Fortress, the repairs are already up, man. The repairs are trying to do this. I don't know. There's a lot of missile turrets. There's Widow Mines in there too. Carriers losing a lot of interceptors. We saw this before in the Ketroc versus Beyond video, which if you missed that one, if you didn't watch it, it's got, I think, 15, 18,000 views on it by this point. So it's been pretty well received by the people at large, but you should check it out. Because it's this. It's Carrier versus Planetary Fortress Missile Turret Widow Mine, and it does not go as well for the Protoss as you would think in that situation. So we're going to go ahead and avoid that. Widow Mine trying to burrow and fire fails miserably in his mission. And here we go again, trying to get in. There's the repair. Here come the Widow Mine fires, and a lot of interceptors die. But the Immortals are a big deal, and there we go. Planetary Fortress ends up going down, and Ketroc is in a massive amount of trouble right now. Just a huge amount of trouble. We do have Ravens flying in, though. Counterattacking and base racing with Ravens, it's not generally considered a good move. So you're going to go ahead and land down here, kill a couple of these probes. The probe train is getting auto-turreted right to death here. They're coming in. They're kind of trying to dodge a little bit. These guys are trying to dodge. I mean, maybe... It's good. It's good play here. Anti-armor missile stuck in a corner, and there are the auto-turrets, and oh, the massacre. Oh, the humanity. All of the probes died. NextGen is down to 2 probes right now. 2 probes he needs to win now. He's attacking on in. He's throwing down force fields, so you can't repair very easily. The interceptors, is the interceptor count 0 right now? I think it's 0 right now, but the Planetary Fortress goes down anyway because of the Duck Immortals, who are just putting in work right now for NextGen. Absolutely putting in work here, but the problem is NextGen, his economy is 0. He's running out of money wherein to replace the interceptors, and all that's left here are going to be the Stalkers and the Immortals, who are a problem. Mind you, the Immortals are a problem. They have 10 kills here. Widow Mines are firing. Dude, where the heck is your Observer? Did he lose his Observer? No, he's got 3 of them. They're just out in different places right now. Meanwhile, the Cyclones do wander in, and they're going to go ahead and lock on this Nexus to kill it. They already killed the other one. Oh my gosh, are they going to get this one before they... Oh, that's it. NextGen is done. He doesn't have any Nexuses. He doesn't have the money to rebuild another one. And that's a good game. Well played. No, NextGen taps out. Hold your horses, NextGen. No, 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 no. No. I refuse to accept that's the outcome here. He's got Stalker. He's got Immortal. There are only 3 Cyclones remaining here. Army supply is not good. It is not good for Ketroc right now. He's going to lose another Cyclone and another Cyclone. Okay, so there's the good game well played. All right, so at this point, we're looking at 7 carriers with varying interceptor counts. There are 11 total on the map, 3 observers, 2 Immortals here. Did the Stalkers get wiped out by these Widow Mines? These Widow Mines putting in way too much work. Way too much work here for Ketroc. And on the other side, it's 2 Cyclones and 12 Ravens. Maybe the Ravens are going to win you this match, right? Maybe the auto turrets are good enough. But, I mean, Ketroc's mined out of his main here. He's lost his natural. He's lost his third. I don't know. If I'm next gen, I kind of feel like I want to stick around and see where this goes in the next couple of minutes at the very least. Maybe just babysit your carriers a little bit more. How many interceptors do you have? A good number. Not too shabby. These guys are out, though. These guys are toast. That Immortal has 7 kills. Just bring an observer over. He has an observer. So if an observer, wipe out these guys. Yeah, I guess 18 Widow Mines. I didn't mention that as part of the play here. Wipe those out, come in, take out the mains, see what the Ravens can do about it. They can't auto-turret down your entire base. The Cyclones maybe are better at base racing, but I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, really weird game, really fun game there from Ketroc with the Planetary Fortress contain into Mass Cyclone, into Ravens, into Widow Mines, into doing the stuff against the carriers that we saw from the Protoss. It's just kind of the same trap that they sometimes fall into. All right, well, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.